What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Deadside. This is a Rust and dayZ absolute killer. It is literally Rust and dayZ. They had a baby and they created something that is far superior to either one of the parents. The full release just came out December 5th, and this game has been popping ever since. Like I said, the game is basically a combination of dayZ and Rust and a little bit of Just Survive. You have your building like you do in Rust, but it's very simplified. It's not to the degree of Rust. You have a survival aspect and a map design. Everything is screaming dayZ. The reason Deadside is far superior to dayZ and Rust is because it's alleviated all of the quality of life issues that you have in both games. Unlike dayZ, you get a map that shows you where everything is, and it's a giant map. Don't get me wrong, this map is huge. It's definitely bigger than Cherno, and it looks like there's opportunity for growth. Unlike dayZ, this game does have access to vehicles. You don't need parts to get them running. All you do is need a little bit of gas, and there's a repair tool if they do get damaged, so it makes finding your teammates a breeze. When you first spawn into Deadside, you're going to be spawning in one of these four sectors right here: G6, H6, G7, or H7. So it makes finding your teammates a lot easier. There's no need to spend hours and hours and hours walking around trying to find your teammate. No more having to go run and find a zombie so you can get yourself killed. This game's actually got a suicide button so you can actually respawn again. As you can see, the graphics are very similar to dayZ. I actually saw one of my buddies playing this for the first time, and I was just like, this literally looks like dayZ reskinned. The graphics are great. The optimization is incredible. I mean, I've got an old PC. I got a 3070. It's about 4 years old, and this thing gets on average 150 frames on the best settings. We even have friends that play in the UK on our servers in America, and he doesn't even notice any ping issues. There is unlimited stamina. There is a auto run feature, which is amazing. I'm on a first person only server, but they do have third person and first person options if you do like third person. Just like dayZ, rags are everything in this game starting out, so you're gonna constantly want to be finding clothes and tearing it up and turning it into rags. One of my favorite and best parts about this game is the fact that when you go into a building, the loot lights up. You don't have to go and tab around and try and find stuff. The loot is highlighted everywhere. Everything that you can get, it's got a big, nice highlight to it. You're not constantly having to walk around tabbing everywhere to see if there's anything on the ground that you can't find. There is a nice level of guns that spawn on the map, so it does help when you're starting out, especially in starter towns where you need a gun so you can get going. Like I said, the game is more steered towards PvP and PvE and doing the missions that are on the map than it is survival. The survival aspect on this game is very minimal. You do need to eat and drink, but it's not that heavy like dayZ. Just like in dayZ, you can go hunting, there's deers you can hunt, or you can go fishing. One of my favorite parts and an absolute game changer in this is there is a craft menu. You can literally go here and you can craft things, and it'll tell you how to do it. Another great thing about the craft menu, when you want to go craft something, it takes 2 seconds. Look at this. Done. Everything you craft is instant. No matter how big or small the item is, it's instant. It takes just as long as you just saw. This game has done a great job of just making everything simplified. I mean, when it comes to guns, the guns are very simple. They've got 3 ARs, 3 SMGs, 3 handguns, 3 shotguns, 3 snipers, and the attachments are very minimal. There's nothing crazy. It's not like Call of Duty. We got all these crazy attachments where you can make your gun just a straight laser beam. The TTK feels really good. It's a nice TTK for sure. The map is super straightforward, and there is a legend over here on the top left that gives you a little idea of what everything is. This is something that dayZ should have done years ago. I mean, creating points of reference on the map, missions, places where other players are going to want to go and fight the mission as well to create that PvP and to create that interaction with players. Unlike dayZ, where there's only a helicopter crash here or there every couple hours or every couple days, who even knows? The audio is so bad in dayZ, you don't even know where the helicopter is. You don't even know how far or close it is. This, you go to any of these missions and you're constantly going to be running into people. Having all these points of reference on the map creates a PvP experience like no other. The legend is pretty straightforward. There are missions on the map. There are 4 different difficulties of missions. You have easy, medium, hard, and epic. Easy, they're going to be the basic naked AI that have low tier guns. Medium, they're going to be a little bit more kitted. Hard, they're going to start getting really kitted and the difficulty is going to be improved. Epic mission is going to be the top tier AI, and it's going to be a mass amount of them. The missions are super straightforward. They're super easy. All you got to do is go to that sector and clear all the AI in that area. Once you clear all the AI in that sector, it's going to drop you a loot cache that's going to be full of a bunch of random gear. The tier of that random gear is going to be gauged off of what level difficulty mission you complete. The missions are constantly rotating on the map, so once one mission is complete, it'll be cleared and it'll respawn in another area. On top of the missions, there are also events. There's 3 different types of events. There is going to be a case event, a helicopter crash, and a drop. The helicopter crash is basically going to be exactly like dayZ. It's going to be a helicopter crash with a bunch of scattered AI around it protecting it. Once you clear all the AI, there is a loot cache attached to the helicopter that's going to have random loot. There are drop zones, which is basically a drop that has a bunch of random gear just like what the helicopter's gonna have. Once these events are completed, they're cleared from the map. There's also a case event. Case event is a little bit different than the drop and the helicopter. The drop and the helicopter, they are static, they're not moving. This case mission is a convoy of 30 AI protecting one boss. The goal is to kill the AI and the boss. The boss is kitted up with an Alton, good gear, and really good guns. Once you kill the boss, he drops a case. Once the case is dropped, the whole map knows the case has been dropped. The idea is you pick up the case and you need to get it to the nearest trader. Once you pick this case up, it is now showing on the map for everybody to see where you're going. When you take it to the trader, he's gonna open up the case for you and it's gonna be a bunch of random loot. 9 times out of 10, this is gonna be scopes and gun parts. As you can see right now, the case turned into this big yellow blob. That means that somebody's got the case right now and they're moving with it. Another really cool thing that they added is fast travel. So if you look on the map, you'll notice these little train tracks everywhere. You basically use in-game cash to fast travel from these points here to other points in the map. There are also a couple safe zones in the game. Safe zones are going to be located around any of these fast travels and where the traders are. There are 2 traders on the map and there's 2 points of access for them. You have one access point down here a little south and you have one a little bit more north. The pinging system is really awesome too. They have 5 different ping styles to choose from. So if you want to set a ping for your home base, maybe you want to set a ping for where you're going next, maybe you set a ping for where you're going to go after that. The ping system is really cool how they got different colors for each ping. One of my favorite parts of this game that I just can't get enough of is auto sprint. Nothing beats just sitting back and moving around the map and not having to do anything. Building the game is super easy, it's super basic, but you'll end up spending hours and hours and hours working on your base. All you gotta do is craft a hammer, and with this hammer is basically your build tool. You'll go ahead and set a foundation. They made the build menu super easy to work with. You got your walls, you got your doors. It's very straightforward, it's very simple, but it's super fun and you can have a great time building. The build menu is super basic. You've got foundations, you've got walls, door opening, window openings. If you wanna do a big door opening, you got your flats, you got stairs, 3 different styles of stairs, gates, and some ramps. You can upgrade your base from branch to planks to steel. Another thing that's really cool that's a double-edged sword is you have 15 minutes to edit your actual structure. So if you build something, if you don't mess with it within 15 minutes, it is permanently there forever. So you got to be careful when you're building things because you want to make sure that you're paying attention to what you're doing and you're in that 15-minute zone. Because if you build something in your structure that you didn't want, it's going to be there forever if you're past that 15-minute point. The 15-minute timer is per piece, not the whole structure, but per piece. It makes building a little bit more fun and a little bit riskier because this stuff is super hard to destroy whenever you build it. You just got to be super cautious about how you build and where you build. Building's super fun. I've been having a blast with it. You can literally just spend hours building your base. I think the thing that's going to be the most popular about this game that people are going to enjoy the most is that you can play this game however the fuck you want. If you want to go fishing for hours and that's what you want to do, you want to go hunting, fishing, and relax, you can do that. If you want to go on a PvE server only and just do PvE and just deal with AI all day, you can do that. It's relaxing. You can have fun with that. If you want to sweat and you want to get some PvP going, go to the epic missions, go try to do some cases. You can do that. Like you can do whatever you want. There's so many angles and play styles this game has to offer that anybody can enjoy this game doing whatever you want. It's so nice to have a game that's just it doesn't punish you constantly like Tarkov or dayZ or Rust. You lose everything and it's easy to come back from that. Even though we've had our bases destroyed, we've learned so much about how to base build after having our bases destroyed, seeing where the weak points were of where people were attacking. Getting geared up in this game is just not as tough and brutal as all the other games. On top of the missions, there is also random spawns of AI, so be careful for that. The gunplay is great, the recoil is great, the guns feel good, they have a good amount of recoil to make the gunfights fun. The UI is very similar to dayZ. You have your shirt, you have your pants, you have your vest, and you have a backpack. They did a really good job with the ammo types. There's only one type of ammo for each gun, so it doesn't make some sort of advantage or disadvantage to another player. Here's one of the points of contact for the traders. There is 2 points on the map that you can access them. They're both side by side. They're super simplified. They're super easy. One trader will end up being more of your armory and the other will be more of your food resources. You can see they're always side by side. You got one over here and you got one over here on this side. This trader here is going to be your armory guy. There's certain things in the game that you can turn to the trader and you can get reputation up. There's nothing that the traders have that you can't find just in the map randomly or doing missions. Your other trader over here is going to be food, meds, some of the tools that you're going to get in the game, axes, walkie-talkies, gas canisters, and stuff like that. Stuff that you're going to find on the map. But if you don't want to go and you can't find them, say you're having troubles or say you're in a bind and you need something now, you can purchase it here. Both of the traders' reputation is combined. So if you're leveling one up, the other one is leveling up as well. Also, when you're over here at the traders, there is a free storage, which allows you to keep guns, really good stuff, whatever you want to keep safe that you don't want to worry about your base getting raided and taken away. you can store it here. There is 2 sets of storage you will be able to access. So you'll have one set of storage up here for this set of the traders, and then you have another separate storage over here for the other set of traders. There's also an ATM machine in the game where you can transfer money from yourself to a teammate or anybody that's nearby. Just like dayZ, there are time zones, so it does get dark. The nighttime doesn't last as long as the daytime, but it does get dark. Also, there is base rating, so you can raid a base, and when you do raid a base, it will actually show a thunderbolt on the maps showing that somebody is being raided. Some servers have raiding all day. You can raid a base whenever you want, and some servers have base raiding from certain hours. Raiding is pretty difficult in this game because the walls are pretty strong. So you need a ton of dynamite, you need a ton of explosives to take down walls. So it makes raiding super fun, but it is a grind. You have to get so much explosives to actually do a successful raid. There is also wells that are scattered throughout the map. If you go to any small town, you'll find wells like this. It's just water like dayZ. Unlike dayZ, you cannot get sick. You don't have to worry about having blood on your hands and getting a sickness that you can never cure. Oh, I just love how all the stuff just highlights like this. Oh my God, it's just incredible. You know, the graphics just look so cool. I mean, they did such a great job with this, and it's just so optimized. I mean, you're getting such great frame rates. The game runs so smooth. It's crazy. Also, like in dayZ, there's random trees that drop apples, and just like that, we're back to daytime. That was a good maybe 7 minutes. But even in the nighttime, you don't notice they were getting too dark. It's pretty. They did a pretty good job of keeping it pretty visible still. Like I said, all the pain points that dayZ and Rust have been fixed with this game. I mean, this game has literally looked at every single problem that dayZ and Rust had and went, okay, cool, let's fix that. And here you go. Now you have Deadside. Ooh, apple. I mean, just look at how incredible this looks. It looks so good. You got the same kind of head turning like you do in dayZ. I mean, it's just, yeah, they did a really great job with the graphics on this. I mean, this is incredible. Look at this. As you can see here, we got a little architect that built his little base with some windows. Looking nice, looking nice. One of the biggest pain points I would say with dayZ was traveling. Having access to cars, just constantly walking on foot for hours and hours. Deadside, in any big town or gas station, you're gonna find a motorcycle, you'll find an SUV, you'll find something to travel around the map. This right here, the access to the vehicle, not having to have parts to put the vehicle together and make it run, unbelievable. All you need is a little bit of gas, and if the bike gets messed up, you can just repair it with the repair tool. Oh my gosh, this is just, I've got thousands of hours in dayZ, and just to be able to do this, quality of life. They did a good job with the vehicles. There's not a million of vehicles in the map. They're scattered around pretty lightly, but there is access to them. If you do go to the high population areas for vehicle spawns, you will definitely find a vehicle. But nothing beats getting around the map on a vehicle. What a game changer. There are tons of servers to choose from. You have private servers that people create, and you have official servers. There are PvP servers, there are PvE only servers. It's just up to whatever you're into. I mean, they have something to cater for everybody. If you don't feel like sweating, you can just go straight to the PvE servers where there's no actual PvP and you're not fighting against other players and you're just relaxing, enjoying killing the AI, whatever your heart desires. There are private servers that people have created that are first person only servers, servers with wipes, servers with no wipes. There are a couple different wipe options. There is a 4-week wipe, a 2-week wipe, and then a no wipe. If you are new to the game, I highly recommend going into a private server. I know it might sound kind of crazy and weird to think about because, you know, used to like go on to dayZ and you want to go to all the official servers and stuff like that. But with this game, we've noticed a little bit of toxicity and some cheaters here and there on the official servers. The private servers just have better moderation. They can get rid of hackers quicker. They can get rid of the toxic players quicker. So if you want a better experience, I highly recommend trying to find a good ping server with with some population on it. You know, if you're new, maybe look for a lower population server, but try to get on a private server. It's safer, and there's not going to be as much toxicity or any hacking going on. Or if it does, it won't last very long. Did my best to explain this to you guys in the best way I could. This game is great. It is so easy to play. It's so forgiving. The quality of life on this game is incredible. Anybody can play it, no matter what your skill set is. If you don't want to go PvP and if you just want to deal with AI, that's totally fine. If you want to go down that lane, you can do that. You can enjoy the game however you want to play. Like I said, there's just so many different angles to play this game depending on the mood you're in. We have people that even played Call of Duty that love the PvP in this game that are coming from Call of Duty to play this game. The PvP, the gunfights, the AI missions, all the events, it just makes the game, there's just so much to the game to play with. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. We stream every day live on Twitch, so make sure you guys come pull up. It's twitch.tv/dbot1. If you guys are not already subscribed and you guys want to see more Deadside content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you guys enjoy the content, hit that like. Hit me up in the comments if you guys have any questions about the game, or just tune in live on stream and you guys can ask me in real time. More Deadside content is coming. I hope you guys have a good one. Thanks for watching.